When people look up to me, I know that I've done something right. I try to keep my life simple. I try to be very polite to other people. Different story in my school. You know, I'm hard on people. I want more out of them than they want from themselves. I get more out of them than they ever believed that they were capable of giving. I was brought up with a very strict Italian father and family. If my father didn't hit me if I was doing something wrong, because he didn't see it because he wasn't there, and one of my uncles saw it, I get cracked by one of my uncles. So there was no getting away if anybody was around. So my upbringing really set the course for winning. I had that discipline. I had that respect for everything that I did, whether it was kickboxing, whether it was bodybuilding, whether it was football, baseball, basketball. You had that. I was brought up with, you need to be the best. And when I went out, I had to be the best at what I did.
He's someone that preaches that in so many different ways, and he really hammers it in that you have to know your worth, not in the sense of being egotistical and thinking that you're too good for who you are, but just knowing that your worth does matter and knowing that you can respect yourself enough and not let other people walk over you.
Wrestling has changed my life for the better and for the worse.
Paul Roma!
What I went through in wrestling, and to keep my job, my position, was like having PTSD. There was such a strain to stay where I was. But for the better, I've gotten to reach out and touch so many lives in a positive way, that to go through what I went through, but be able to touch the people that I was able to touch and inspire, I got to say that it was worth it. The one thing I want every student to know is, A, their value, what their value is. And from that point on, after that, then it's all about respect for everybody that is in here, respect for yourself, and then take that out in the real world, because as I tell them, when that door closes, you're mine. This is my world, abide by my rules. When I let you go and you go out in that world, hopefully you'll take these rules and what you've learned here and apply it out there, and God bless it'll work for you. If my students could take away one thing from wrestling, it's being a better person. That's critical to me. You know, they have to realize that it's not about them. At a certain point in life, you have to realize that life isn't about you. The hardest lesson to teach in wrestling, I think, is you have to win. That's how I was brought up. You have to win. You can't lose. Losing is not an option. You don't accept losing.
Wow. And we have our first match.
You have to be better than the guy standing next to you. And when he sees that you're doing better than him, he has to come over the top and try and be better than you. And that is what works in my world. That's how I was brought up, and that's what I instill in all my students. At least I try.
Paul's impacted me in a lot of different ways, both professionally and personally. Professionally, I'd say he's taught me how to wrestle. He's formed me as not just the wrestler, but as the person. That goes to personality. He's someone that has taught me how to carry myself, not just in wrestling, but in life.
The meaning of life to me, and a lot of it revolves around everything that I do. So making people happy, being able to go out and help somebody, that is what life is to me. So if I train one of my students, or 2 or 10 or 20, and they're out there and they're happy, they're doing a great job, to see somebody else excel and be happy, that's life.